Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Sean Nicholson, and I am the managing principal of SMN Square Incorporated, where we provide the building blocks for your success and sustainability in your workplaces and in your business. Thank you for joining us today. We're trying some new technology. In times past, we've done webinars, and we wanted to try something a little bit different. So I'm asking you to let me know what you think. So you can leave your comments. You can shoot me an email where you can find us on all social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can reach us at www.smnsquare.com. Yeah. So we're excited about this time now. Well, the purpose of this is to provide you three tips during this time of the pandemic that we're experiencing. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of inquiries that we're getting about what do I do with my business? How do I help my employees? How do I pivot with this crisis? And we are just the people that you can ask on that. So I just appreciate you tuning in on today. Every Friday at 3 p.m., I provide to you three tips. Now, on last month, April, we featured 3 tips, which was technology, teleworking, and techniques. This week, I'm excited this month, I'm excited to present to you innovation, interpretation, as well as inspiration. So the way that this works is that I introduce myself, Sean Nicholson, managing principal of SMN Square Incorporated. Then I give you the purpose. Well, the purpose of this is to be able to give you some ideas and some tips as you navigate through this crisis situation that we're experiencing during this COVID-19. Then I want to be able to provide to you the weekly tips. Then we'll give you some resources, let you know where you can find us. And then if there's any other questions that you have post this particular live stream, you can give us a call, and then we'll be more than happy to help you out. And then we'll ask for questions. Anytime that you have any questions, you could type them on your email and send it to us, or you could go into the chat screen, or you can DM us, whatever the case may be. And then we'll come back on next week. So let's get started. Building success. Well, I define building success as a block. And as we're building a foundation, every single business needs to have a sound or a strong foundation. In order to do that, we first must embrace our vision. You got to embrace the vision and the mission of your particular establishment. Secondly, you need to acknowledge that there are going to be some long hours, and then accept the fact that you're going to have to work some long hours. It's been said that entrepreneurship is not full-time and is not part-time, it's all the time. And I am definitely able to say that that is a true statement. Then it is important for each one of us as we're in business to be able to set expectations and boundaries. I often say that I will never meet someone's expectations if I don't know what they are. We have to be able to clearly define and articulate what our expectations are. Then we have to set boundaries, know when to say no. Every idea is not a good idea. Every idea that comes your way you may not have the bandwidth in order to carry out that particular idea. So you may have to sit on it a little while, process it, and then come back and revisit it. You got to strive for balance. It's important for us to make sure that we maintain a balance. We know the phrase that there has to be work, life, work and balance, right? And so when we do that, we have to make sure that we balance ourselves, that we don't do a whole lot of work so that we don't get exhausted, but we got to take some time for self, all right? And then lastly, we need to protect our time. I have come to realize that my time is currency, which means I need to properly vet everything that I am involved in. That means what emails I'm gonna respond to at that particular time. That means what meeting I'm gonna take at that particular time. That means what type of consultation that I'm gonna take at that particular time of the day. Time is currency. So you gotta make sure that you balance your time. So let's get into the tips on today. Square tips. First tip, number one, innovation. Well, innovation is defined really as referring to creating more effective processes and products and ideas. Now, for a business, this could mean implementing new ideas, improving services, and creating dynamic products. Now, look, by innovation, we mean changing your business model and making changes in existing environments to be able to deliver products and services. Now, what does all that mean? Well, let's give an example. During this time of COVID, we created our business back in 2016 to be a virtual business. We spent a lot of time and effort creating a virtual platform because our idea is that we didn't really need brick and mortar because we'll be remote. Well, that worked very good, but business started to increase. We had to go to a brick and mortar situation. So I created the Hub, which was helping you in business. There we had co-working space, executive offices, and a training facility. That went very, very well, was very, very successful. But then January of 2020 hit. We're all prepared to go into the new year, new decade, new energy, new excitement, going into this new decade and experience. Well, March came around, COVID-19. There's nobody going into buildings, if you will. Social distancing, the executive order, face masks, everything has totally turned the world upside down. So what we had to do was pivot. Understand our current business model was not going to be lucrative at all. So we had to pivot back to where we first began, which was the virtual platform. And ever since then, we haven't missed a beat. We have been busy. Calls are coming in, clients are coming in. Everything is great. And we're able to spend some time, such as today, to be able to give you tips on how that you can navigate during this time as well. Innovation, we mean changing your business model and making changes in the existing environment that will deliver better products and will deliver better services. Successful innovation should be a part of every business strategy, where you can create a culture of innovation and make a way for creative thinking. It is very important for us to stay nimble, if you will, during these times. It can also increase the likelihood of your business succeeding and can create more efficient processes that can result into better productivity and better performance. I love this opportunity to be able to present these tips. So tip number one, again, innovation. Let's go to the next one. The second tip is interpretation. By definition, interpretation enables groups of individuals who do not speak the same language, obviously, to communicate with each other and for the purpose of sharing information. Now, most organizations would agree that with the global expansion comes the need to communicate in great numbers, such as with languages and different cultures. Now, this means that in the midst of our communities here on stateside, we need to be very sensitive, because understanding and being able to communicate with the communities or the clients at large, it is very invaluable. Now, communication is an integral part of everyday life. We know that. We communicate with our friends, we communicate with our families, we communicate with our colleagues at work, with strangers on the bus, in the shopping centers, if you will. In the business world is just as important. However, communication is very important now, and is very important now like never before, because it will determine the overall success of your business. Make sure that you have plenty print media. Make sure that your website is easy to navigate through. Make sure that you have everything in line to be able to represent your particular company. Interpretation, tip number two. Our third and final tip for today is inspiration. Now, inspiration is defined by Webster as being a feeling of enthusiasm you get from someone or something that gives you new and creative ideas. Let's look at that. If you describe someone or something good as being an inspiration, you mean that they make you or other people want to do or achieve something. Well, I will say that it is my goal to inspire you by giving you these 3 tips every single weekend. It is important to be intentional about inspiration. And it does not just plop down from the sky. And if you are not deliberately inspired, the cost will be great to your business. Employees, they will not show up. They will not share their experiences or even their own inspiration. They won't help you to be innovative. They won't give positive feedback or constructive criticism. To be inspired is to be open to learning and discovering teachings, and even if they're unorthodox, right? And that means that any shape, form, or fashion, you can accept the criticism and the feedback that you're getting, so now that you can begin to continue to be inspirational to your clients and to your staff. So again, to recap, our 3 tips for today. Tip number 1, innovation. Tip number 2, interpretation. And tip number 3 would be inspiration. Now, as we close, I want to make mention that the next webinar will be next Friday at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. For more information about these webinars and these Square tips, log on to www.smnsquare.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using smnsquare.com. If you have any questions, if you want a consultation with us, or anything that you need to understand more about our business, feel free to email us at info@smnsquare.com. Now, join us Monday morning at 8 a.m. Every single Monday. We do what we call Monday morning message. Now, I take a 30-minute window and I deliver inspirational and strategic ideas that will help you in your business. This particular month, we are focusing on adaptive leadership. How do we pivot? How do we navigate through times of crisis, times of uncertainties? How do we adapt to our situation? Some folks may call it situational leadership. They all kind of dovetail together. So tune in every Monday morning at 8 a.m. and we will begin to give you the Monday morning message. Now, you'll be able to see us on Facebook as well as YouTube, or you can just log on to our website at, again, www.smnsquare.com. Now, I want to put this plug in. The way that Monday morning messages work, every Monday we give these webinars, but every 3rd Monday of the month, we will highlight a nonprofit. That nonprofit that we feel very confident that they need some support in their donors, because a lot of things have happened. And I'm going to highlight that nonprofit and then be able to provide to you information so that you can look into it and then hopefully donate to their cause. Now, the good thing about Monday morning message, that every Monday morning I drink a cup of coffee, and the coffee that I drink is in my mug. I collect mugs. I love mugs. So if you are a business, and you want to advertise or you want to have sponsorship in what we're doing, send me your mug. I will be glad to sip out of your mug as I deliver the Monday morning message. So again, for more information, just log on to our website, www.smnsquare.com, or you can email us at info@smnsquare.com. You can find us on every social media platform with the tail smnsquare.com. So until next time, remember to stay safe. Make sure you continue to practice social distancing and be healthy. And we'll see you next time. Take care.